First thing I want to do is stretch in the front of the thigh. Main thing here is you want to keep the thigh you're stretching a little further behind than the one that's planted on the floor. It's going to create stretch all through the front of the thigh. Holding onto a club, someone's shoulder, putting your foot on a chair if we had one, or a bench. You want to stretch about 10 seconds. You do not want to stretch through pain, so if it hurts, let that go. The main thing with stretches, you want to take your body parts through the largest range of motion you're going to go through with your specific sport. Today's going to be golf. You want to stretch the back of the leg, so we're going to put the leg out in front, keeping it straight, slightly lean forward. You should stretch the back of the leg. Okay. Again, we're going to shoot for about 10 seconds there. You can always alternate to the other leg. We're just trying not to take up too much of your time. But stretching both sides of the legs, very important. Another part of the body we tend to get pretty tight through is the low back. So if you have a club or someone else's shoulder, you want to extend the arms out in front of you. Okay? This is stretching all through your lats, your low back. This is probably holding on to the part of the cart. Usually works pretty good with that too. You should feel a pretty large stretch through the back. Okay? Now we're going to show you just two other stretches. These are really golf specific. Most of us, if we're right-handed, you're going to put your right hand behind your left elbow. You're going to just rotate around. It should simulate your backswing. You should feel your weight shift to the right side. A very important part of golf. You want to hold that for about 10 seconds as well. Then we're going to do the opposite of that. Left hand behind the right shoulder. This should simulate your follow through. You should actually be over onto your left leg if you're right-handed. You want to feel that weight shift. Should rotate a lot through your back. The other two most important stretches we want to do is for your wrist, your elbow. Common complaint, pain right through the elbow. Whether it's grip or we're not rotating through the ball. You want to bend the wrist down with your opposite hand and make sure you straighten out that elbow. That is a two-joint muscle. Okay? We can have pain at the elbow because of something going on at the wrist. About 10-second stretch. You can do both sides. Okay, it's real common on the right side if you're right-handed. The opposite of that, we're going to bend the wrist backwards, extend that arm out, can be down by your side as long as the elbow's straight. You should feel a pretty good stretch with that. No pain. If something ever hurts when you're stretching it, just back off the amount of stretch. Okay, don't shorten your time, bearing through the pain. Lighten up on the stretch. Somebody asked me a little bit earlier about a stretch for tailbone piriformis. If you're in a sitting position, so I don't really want anybody to try this at the moment, I'll try to attempt it without a chair, but sitting on the edge of your cart, crossing your ankle over your opposite knee, you can rotate this leg around, tends to stretch a lot of the muscles through the hip. Short of falling directly on your tailbone, this should alleviate some pain you're having through your low back, the tailbone area. Make sure you do both sides. Glad everybody could come out today. More beautiful weather than last week. Let's have a good time.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right.